Well, good morning, folks. Pastor Rocky Branch, Spruce Pine First Baptist Church. Now we're on Saturday, a couple of days away from Thanksgiving. We begin to think about all the blessings the Lord has given to each of us. I've been talking about the church in the book of Acts. And in the 4th chapter that we looked at last time, the church had come together to help the people that were really alienated by their own families. And this happened quite a bit. If a Jew had actually turned to Christianity, the family then often had sort of cast them out. They didn't have anything to do with them. So Barnabas, as we read in the 4th chapter, was one of the people, among many others, that gave to the church to help people that did not have anything. Now, we have a very critical thing today. I mean, this message this morning is going to be very eye-opening and very critical also. It's going to be critical for your understanding about what the church was about. I'm so afraid after all these years of preaching, coming up on 45 years, that we have missed so much of really and truly what the church is about. Now, in the 5th chapter of Acts, where we're going to go to now, is a critical story, a very amazing story, a very eye-opening story of two people that are really and truly very, very sad. Ananias and Sapphira, a husband and wife team. They began to see what Barnabas did by selling land and giving that to the church, and it helped people because people had nowhere to go. And Barnabas was that kind of guy, son of consolation, he's called in the 4th chapter. Well, in the 5th chapter, Ananias and Sapphira decide to get on the bandwagon also. They decide, well, we're going to, we got some land, we're going to sell it, and we're going to give it to the church also, which is fine. Great, wonderful idea to do. The problem with that is that Ananias and Sapphira were not honorable in their giving to the Lord. Now, my gosh, there's like 5 places I could go here real quick, but I'm going to try to just do a couple. Number 1, God is serious about his church. Number 2, God is very serious about people in his church. Not only the church itself, but the people in the church. God is very concerned about and very strongly committed to those people that put their faith in him. Ananias and Sapphira, husband and wife team, had said, as Barnabas had sort of laid the groundwork there about giving the land, the money rather for the land, and, you know, sort of helping the church out. Then they got excited, like it happens sometimes. And it says, a certain man named Ananias and Sapphira, his wife, sold a possession. That's exactly what Barnabas did in the 4th chapter. And they kept back part of the price. His wife also being aware of this, they brought a certain part and laid it at the apostles' feet. That's exactly what Barnabas did in the 4th chapter. But it says that Barnabas sold the land and brought the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. He didn't take part of it out. He just laid it all down there. That was his intent. And sometimes this happens to us all the time in church. Somebody will get excited about something that somebody else is doing. They want to get on the bandwagon until they have to pay the fare. And when you have to pay the fare, it's different entirely. And that's what happens here. Ananias and Sapphira gets on the bandwagon. They think, wow, okay, cool. Barnabas is giving some land. He's selling some stuff. He's going to give the money. We can do the same thing. We got some land we really don't need. We can help the church out, which is a great idea. Very important idea. I mean, it was valuable to help the church out because the people needed it. They didn't have homes. They didn't have nothing. They were sort of, really and truly, they were pushed to the side. They were disinherited because they turned to Christianity instead of Judaism. So now Ananias and Sapphira have this idea that's a good idea. They really have a great mind and a great heart to help God. But here's the problem. The problem says that they kept back, in verse 2, part of the price. They sold the land. I'm just going to use a fictitious number because we don't know what the number is, but I'm just going to use $1,000. Okay, so they sold the land for $1,000 and they gave $700 to the church, kept $300 back, and just a fictitious number. So now what we find is that they have decided, they have conspired, wow, we got more than we thought we were going to get, so let's hold back some because we didn't think we was going to get this much. That's kind of what happens here. It's very important to understand the value of this particular situation. Verse 2 says it this way. And Ananias and Sapphira kept back part of the price. His wife also being aware of it, they brought certain parts of the money and laid it at the apostles' feet. So they knew that they were going to bring the money. They just didn't know they were going to get so much. And because they got so much, they decided to keep some of it back. Now let's stop right here. Let's ask the question. Are you all in? Are you all in? That's it, period. No matter what happens, no matter what the line is that comes to you, no matter what the situation is that comes to you, no matter what the circumstance comes to you, are you all in? That's a very important question. Because if you're not all in, there's going to be some problems in your life. You see, Jesus Christ was all in. He died in the garden. He didn't die on the cross. Jesus died in the garden. He said, not my will, but thy will be done. He went to the cross to finish the course. But you and I must die to self to live to Christ. If we don't die to self, we'll never live to Christ. And Ananias and Sapphira got more than they thought they were going to get, and they kept some of it back because they thought, hey, well, we did better than we thought. Well, instead of giving the blessing on, they brought the curse to themselves. It's a very important subject matter. It's a challenge to ask, how are you doing with your commitment to Christ? Does your commitment change based on what you receive or don't receive? No, it should not, but it does. And that's what happened to Ananias and Sapphira. In fact, I preach a message on this very passage. Acts is a very precious book to me. And I preach a message on chapter 5 on why did God kill Ananias and Sapphira? And he did. He killed them because they lied to the Holy Ghost. Listen. Your life and my life is very important. Jesus died for us. We are to live for him. And if you do that, God will bless you for it. God bless you. We love you, and goodbye.